When David Arquette nearly died in the ring during a bloody death match, he'd have been forgiven for calling it quits. The Hollywood star has been on a road to redemption as he sought to win over legions of wrestling fans still bitter over his World Heavyweight Championship win, a publicly stunt for Ready to Rumble, back in 2000.
However, his passion for the business has prevailed, and even after documenting his emotional story in new film You Cannot Kill David Arquette, he isn't ready to hang up his boots just yet. He exclusively told Metro.co.uk, "I do enjoy it, I enjoy the interaction with the fans, I love entertaining people in wrestling.
The kind of intimate interaction you get with people on the road, all the wrestlers. I do love it. It's something also, once you get hooked you're kinda in it for life.
I don't think it's the end of my involvement in wrestling somehow." That's not to say he doesn't understand his critics, particularly those who didn't approve of his title win 2 decades ago, although he thinks public perception had a lot to do with the vitriol. "I think the fact I'm a comedic actor a lot of the time, I do dramatic work," he pointed out.
But I always said, if it were Vin Diesel and he'd been coming off some huge Fast and Furious movie, people would have been like, oh my god. There's a lot to wrestling and protecting the business and not exposing it. People know that it's predetermined now, so it's not as touchy. They might have a different take on it.
I still think it's their Oscar, so you really need to earn it. Arquette, who trained across America as he learned the ropes and honed his craft from backyards to sold-out shows, left his family and friends concerned when he got stabbed in the neck during the infamous Deathmatch clash with Nick Gage back in 2018. Reflecting on that night now, he admitted, "My wife was really upset.
She was like, I feel like you just wanna die. I was like, I don't wanna die. But I did have to figure out why I was putting myself into positions to beat myself up so much. Aside from even wrestling, I'd just been beating myself up in my brain, in life, for a long time.
It was this whole journey, it captured this time period in my life where I was coming to terms with that and how to address it." In the immediate aftermath of the injury, which was horrific even by the high-risk wrestling world's standards, the Scream actor spoke to his good friend Luke Perry, who let him know the blood wasn't pumping.
"So I knew I wasn't dying immediately," he laughed as he explained his decision to finish the match. "It was something I wanted to make sure to wrap up, and stand up for myself.
It was a really interesting dynamic because when I went in, they legitimately hated me. There were a few people in the crowd that were fans of mine, but for the most part one was being booed, and I was the babyface. Laughs by the end, as I walked out, I won them over."
And the fire still burns when it comes to his lifelong love for wrestling, as Arquette still watches everything he can, from the big hitters in WWE and New Japan to AEW, Ring of Honor and Impact. "It's fun to stay on top of it," he said. "Especially now, with AEW and WWE and NXT, the kind of stuff they're doing is so impressive.
Although it's become a little harder for me to watch. To see what these guys go through, I think I have some PTSD." Laughs. Got a story? If you've got a celebrity story, video or pictures, get in touch with the Metro. .co.uk entertainment team by emailing us celebtips@metro.co.uk, calling 020-3615-2145 or by visiting our Submit Stuff page. We'd love to hear from you.